Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Willie Jolly.
And this is Dee Taylor-Jolley.
My beautiful bride, Dee Taylor-Jolley, the woman of 1,000 hairdos.
This is just one little knot.
Every day.
No, it might be a different color.
It might be a different color.
This is just one little knot.
I don't know what it's going to be at any given time, but I don't know till she comes down and presents herself to the world at our time of broadcast. So, greetings to Lottie Dottie and everybody who might be on this call, whether you're on live or you're looking at it in a replay. We're just glad to have you as part of our family. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So
you like my display?
I saw that, yeah. For those that don't know, she set up a special display just for y'all of our marriage books and products. And we've got the Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last book, the audio
10
book.
Secrets to Shaping a Great Marriage.
The audio book, the live seminar 2 CD set, and the workbook. And by the way, all of this now is digital. Hey, there you go. You're so cute.
I have big teeth. I got lipstick on my
Oh, Lord, have mercy. I have to tell you, I tell her every day, I say, you know, you keep my life interesting. Now,
Because I'm unpredictable.
That's the truth. Now, we want to talk about today a text my son sent us, and it was kind of shocking that we...
And a little bit humorous to me.
It was a little humorous as well. And so I said, we've got, you know, he said, I know y'all have kind of talked about marriage and divorce and all the above, but it's becoming an epidemic. It's becoming an epidemic in the sense that divorce lawyers are being overwhelmed by people who want to get a divorce.
They've expressed an interest in divorce because they're cooped up together. We're cooped up together.
We're cooped up together. We're having a ball.
Yes, we are.
We're having a ball. We have been together, cooped up in the house for 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. And we've only had one moment where she got a little peeved.
And when was that?
When I went to get collard greens last Monday night.
That's right. I was upset. Yes.
Because she said, you're going out and getting collard greens. I gotta eat.
But we had food here, sweetheart.
Nah, we didn't have no collard greens. So...
And chicken wings with hair on it.
I didn't have no hair on it. Anyway, that's her. She said that's gonna be my story. Anyway, she said, but you know, I laughed it. We laughed about it when I got home, and it's all good.
He agreed to be more careful. So he's the
I'm a good designated to go out and get stuff.
He's designated to go out and get stuff.
All right, taking stuff to the post office and going to the grocery store. She hasn't been to because she got issues with people getting anywhere within
10 feet. Within 10 feet.
10 feet?
So now the CDC agrees with me that everybody should wear a mask.
Yeah, you've been saying that. She's been saying that for
weeks ago.
For
I'm like, why don't you have a mask on? And then the issue became, well, only if you have it. Well, now they know that people are asymptomatic. That's a fancy word I had never heard of. Asymptomatic. You can have it and not know it and have no symptoms of it and spread it.
Yeah.
So everybody
should take a mask. We're
wear a mask when you go out.
Yeah, we're telling everybody to wear a mask whenever you go out. And she has pressed me to have one. Even when I rode my bike. Now, I had not been riding my bike with a mask because I'm not getting close to anybody.
You're breathing deeper. You pass people on the narrow trails, on the narrow portion of the trails until I encourage you to find another trail.
Yes. So, anyway, welcome to Lottie Dottie and everybody. We're so glad to have you. Sandra, hey, my dear friend Sandra Jones. Known her and her family. Hey, look here. By the way, her parents were a great example of just great married couple, Sam and Mr. Sam and Mother. I just called her Mother Jones. that they were such a great example of a great married couple, and I reached out to Sandra's brother just the other day to say how much I thought of his mother just in the last weekend, during the last few days, how she would call, we would talk on the phone sometime. I'd call her to encourage her, and she ended up encouraging me. So, God bless her. Okay, look, hey Sandra, and to David Robinson, and to Stan the man, my brother from another mother. Okay, let's get into this week. Look, you know, we talk about cooped up. Don't
call the attorney yet.
The divorce attorney yet. Don't do that.
Do you know what they're different names for? It's the divorce attorney.
Yeah.
And it's a matrimony attorney.
And what was the one that our friend we met for? What did she say she was?
It kind of amounted to, it fell into the category of a matrimony attorney.
Yeah, whatever.
So I had never really
like a consultant. Well, let me tell y'all that the problem, according to Friday's issue of the New York Post, cooped up New Yorkers are flooding lawyers' phone lines with divorce inquiries. Divorce lawyer Suzanne Kimberly Bracker said, people are realizing that they don't really like each other or what we really think it is. Here's that's why we wanted to do this show. Most times, people have little issues that they don't know how to handle when they're little. And little by, as time goes by, they get bigger and bigger. And then you go from just a little crack to this big chasm.
They grate on your nerves.
Because they don't know how to settle it when it's little. Okay? You're going to have disagreements. Now, let's go back. Good. Now, I said last week...
That's because
I went to get collard greens while she was in the shower. Now, let me give you let me back up. See, on Saturday a week ago, I had said to her, you know, what do you want to do? She said, I'd just like to go out. I just need to go out. I said, okay, that's fine.
So you drove me around.
I drove her around down 14th Street in Washington, D.C. just to see the sights. Because 14th Street is her favorite street to ride up and down because it's changed so dramatically.
So much different construction, condos, a building that was there last week is now gone, and
it's always changing. It's something bustling. So I said, okay, I'll take you for the ride. How about I go by my favorite restaurant, Carolina Kitchen,
wasn't having that.
And get some collard greens. She said, oh no, going into Carolina Kitchen now, people, you'll die, oh God. And so I said,
or you bring it back to me and I die.
So I said, well, I got gloves. I got the mask. I got the goggles.
You weren't wearing the mask then.
Well, but yes, I was wearing the mask. I had the mask with me. Yeah, so I said, I'll wear the mask. So she said, oh, no. Okay, cool. But I still had to, how many of you ever had a time when you had a taste for something and you know it just didn't dissipate because you didn't go get it?
That happened to me even when I was pregnant. I didn't have that.
I have that.
I didn't have issues. Gotta have a certain food when I was pregnant. So no,
I don't remember.
I can't relate to it.
But I do remember there have been times in my life where I had a desire for Coca-Cola. I even talk about it in my speeches. How bad do you want it? Are you willing to keep going? So I talk about it. I wanted some collard greens.
I can't relate to that.
And I love those collard greens from there. So Monday night,
he acquiesced. How about that word?
Acquiesced.
And he didn't go.
I did not go on Saturday.
He didn't go and get collard greens.
Went by Sunday. Didn't go get collard greens. Monday, though, I'm watching the news. And Dr. Fauci, who's my guy, Dr. Fauci, whatever Dr. Fauci says, I'm with it, okay? Anybody else, I'm not always with it. But Dr. Fauci, what he said, you can eat, take out, carry out food as long as you heat it up. It's going to be fine. That's my secret. That's my time to get some collard greens. So, I'm looking at the news. She's taking a shower. Dr. Fauci said it. I got my keys. I got my car. And I went to get me some collard greens. Got my gloves, got my mask, got my goggles, got my hat on, got my coat on. I go get the collard greens. Nobody's in the line. 2 people that I can get the collard greens. I'm in and out. Boom. I get home.
was not aware.
Yeah. And I came in with the bag. It wasn't got color green. I said, so I explained the lesson here is this. We didn't have an argument. We haven't had an argument in 30 years, over 30 years, 33 years. Because we have systems that even if something gets on her nerves or my nerves, we have a system, a process, some functions that we have developed that work.
So we talk about it, we communicate. I'm like, I am upset.
I'm so upset.
And that's what I said. I am so upset. She went to get collard greens.
Now,
said, you can put it in the microwave. I'm like, can you put yourself in the microwave? Then
we start laughing. Folks, humor diffuses a lot of problems. Now, that's one. Second thing is that if you catch the little problem while it's still little, it doesn't have to become a big problem. That could have become a big problem. We had a couple where we counseled when we were, the book had just come out, and they said, could they go to lunch with us? Or they came to our church, and yeah, show those little love things over in the corner. Love, and I want y'all to send up love and all that. Moses, is that true, Mama D? Is it true? Tell her, is it true?
What?
Is that true? Yes. She said,
about what? Last week or couple?
Yes. Yeah, it's true.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, we had this couple we were counseling, and they got into an argument about who was going to turn out the lights as they left the house. I mean, they got in a holler, screaming, almost knocked down, drag out argument because they didn't have a system. They thank you for the love. And I want y'all to tell Lottie Dottie and everybody join us on Monday nights.
I think the issue was not really the lights, but what it represented.
Well, whatever. They didn't have a system. They don't have a system. If you don't have a system, then what happens is a little thing. Who gonna turn out the lights? It seemed like did you get collard greens? It becomes a big deal.
So what is the system?
Well, a couple things the big systems are. One is that we talk about it. And we talk about it.
And talk about and explain, which again is marriages break up for basically one of three reasons.
One of three reasons.
Communication, sex, and money.
Oh, say this slower. Communication,
sex,
and money. Big
and
three.
the common thread is the communication.
You don't talk?
So I over communicate, explain to him, because he has come along in terms of being more aware of the challenges of the coronavirus, the virus.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I didn't take it as seriously as she did from day one.
You know what the word is?
What's that?
It's called coronavirus truther. That's an article. I didn't know that. And a coronavirus truther is a person who doesn't believe that the information and what the media is providing is as serious as it is until people start dying in mass.
Well, it didn't take me to die.
Well, no.
It took the NBA to shut down. When the NBA shut down, I said, "This is serious. This is serious." When
then
the
he
NBA
came along with me, which is what I was explaining to him all the time.
Yeah, she'd been about it all the time.
Not beating him all across the head, but providing. Are you aware that this happened? That these many people died here?
Well, we weren't there then yet. It wasn't in America. When the NBA, the first two guys in the NBA shut down, that's when I said, this thing's serious. I'm shutting down. I'm shutting it down.
So I said it took the NBA, not me.
No, it wasn't you. It was the NBA. But you always, you.
I'm a germaphobe.
She's a germaphobe anyway.
I'm always.
Where the Clorox? Clorox is not far from here. It's right there, right over here, right down under there. Clorox.
I'm always on the edge. You say I'm militaristic, and I accept all that.
She has what we call and now we got a bunker mentality. You know what a bunker mentality is? So collard greens was last Monday night. Y'all saw that because we made a whole story and show about it. But then a couple days later, we needed some vegetables and some fruit and vegetables, and I needed coffee
fixing. He needed to replenish his
coffee.
He has issues
creamer
with coffee because he must have coffee every morning to help wake him up. And he said, I am out of coffee.
I'm out of coffee creamer.
Creamer.
I gotta have the creamer. And there's a certain kind of creamer.
To go out.
Special, and I said, I gotta go get some.
So when I tried to talk him out, he's like, I got it.
I got it. I had the whole coat on. I had the hood on. I had the glasses on.
Together, we discussed what it would take for you to go safely that would make me feel comfortable.
So she got a bunker mentality. See, she has a bunker mentality. What does that mean? K rations and pork and beans and sardines. Let's just live on that.
Glory greens. You like glory greens?
I like that. Everything in the can. Can everything. But now I said, what about fruit and vegetables? Tuna? She said, I got frozen bananas and frozen blueberry and frozen. I said, these are fresh. She said, I got frozen broccoli and Lord have mercy.
We are prepared.
All right, so
but I realized that part of his issue is that he wants to be around and talk to people.
Yes. And that's one of the things.
With the mask on.
See, that's one of the things. Yeah, you know, you're right, Veronica. Look at the people at the situation in the southwest of the waterfront the other day. People didn't take this seriously. Well, we have taken it seriously since the NBA.
I got there well before
she got there. But once I got there, I was there. And I've got the mask on. I'm social distancing on the bike trail when I'm out for my morning walk, whatever.
And now, you know, there was an article in, what was that? There was an article in a publication that talked about the man from a British citizen who
ran the marathon in his
backyard. So I said to my husband, you know what? You can ride the bike. There was
ride the bike around in that little park.
He ran a marathon in 5 hours and 30 minutes.
You want me riding around in
You don't have to go anywhere. You can just back and forth in the parking lot.
Up three pedals, turn around. My wife is so funny. So look, here are the things we want to say. Marriages break up for communication, sex, or money. Now, what we're seeing in this article that we wanted to focus on today is those came out in the article. That people are freaking out. One of the reasons is because of finances. 30% of their wealth has been dissipated in the stock market over the last month. So they've lost. So that created stress. And
which means their 401ks are down, so their stocks and bonds are down, which could be separate investments from their 401k.
And that impacts their sex life, okay? Because if they're stressing out about the money, you know, money and honey go together. Let's talk it like it is. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I found was
when money gets tight, everything gets tight.
In the article, when you think about it, the attorneys there though are dealing with people who have a certain level of means.
Yeah, because one of these people, they got a call from a couple who was in their mansion. They were in their mansion, and they were saying, we cannot stand in the Hamptons. A Manhattan fund manager felt imprisoned in his Hampton mansion with his wife and kids. Because they didn't have the relationship. And they hadn't figured out how to create the relationship. And that's what we want to teach people how to do. We've been married for 35 years coming up in June. And we haven't had an argument in 33 years. We wrote the book. We gave the principles. Not principles that we created at all. We learned them from mentors. There are two ways to get to a goal. Mentors and mistakes. You can go either way. We recommend mentors, marriage mentors. Well, we got marriage mentors. We said, what are the secrets to your being married 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years? Happily married. And they said, here are the things you do. Now, one of the things you got to do is you got to learn to like each other. Now, many times people are so busy in their businesses. We got...
But now they're not.
Let me finish. Chapter number 1, friends first. Now, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. But one point that the article brought out was that now that you are cooped up, now that you're stuck, now that you're stuck with each other, and you're not, you're still, many are still working, but you're actually in the same space with your spouse all the time.
And the little things become big
Yes.
things, and then you
Yes.
start having issues with people's attitude.
Right.
You know, little things become, you know, little stuff. It really is. Now, what we've learned is we like each other.
We do like each other.
We like each other.
But here, let me bring up another point, that with all of the negative news, and you're seeing people die, and you have the Surgeon General on saying, this is going to be the worst week. So many people are going to die. People are looking at their own mortality.
Yeah.
And they're saying, okay, I don't know how long I have. We don't know who has faith and who doesn't know any of that. But many who are calling these lawyers are saying, I don't know how long I have, and I have decided that I just don't want to be with somebody that I don't particularly like.
Okay, but
Is
that's
this how I want to spend the
all
rest
right. But
of
that's
my days?
dig down into that. That's what they're saying. Why are they saying that? They got married for a reason.
Right.
All right. They were in love at one point for a
Which
reason.
is one of the answers that we give them. So
Right.
we're saying, so how did they get there?
How did they get there?
They have to remember from whence they came.
That's right. And so what we're saying is, when you are stuck, cooped up together, you've got to find some ways to create work on your friendship. And what brought you there together? So you had some really good strategies. You had some really good. We only got 8 more minutes.
Okay,
So
okay.
let's go through those strategies.
Okay, so one strategy I suggested was find a quiet place. Certainly, if you were in the Hamptons, this is your second home and all this, you certainly got to.
At least a quiet place. But
At
what
least
about
a
the people
quiet
who
place.
cooped up in New York City in a 2-bedroom apartment? They got 4 kids. There's no
They
quiet
can go
place.
to the bathroom.
That's true. You can go to the bathroom.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Go to the bathroom together and sit there and
Because
talk.
when I want to sit, no, I'm just saying. Initially, you have to find a quiet space.
All right, find a quiet
And
place, whatever it
sometimes
is.
that could be the bathroom.
All right, so whatever. Find a
All
quiet
right,
place.
You find a quiet space, and you take with you your phone or a piece of paper and a pencil.
All right.
Okay.
And you start.
Or an iPad.
Uh-huh.
And you stop and you think. Now, I mean, think about that. What brought you together?
What was it that you found attractive about your?
And write it down.
Write it down. What was it? Why did you get married? Well, I mean, you didn't get married because somebody.
Well, we don't know why.
But whatever the reasons why why did you get married?
Propelled you
To say,
get married.
I want to marry you.
Right.
I want to marry you, and I want to take this vow to stay with you the rest of my life. What made you say
and
that?
write it down, because there's something about writing, even more so than texting it, but writing it down. Say,
Well,
And
and be
remembering
calm and cool
Right.
and collected and say, let me think. Why did? And I mean, not
because
don't
getting
be-
unmarried is complicated. Hello. Getting unmarried is complicated. So, number
Hello.
one, you find that quiet spot wherever. There's got to be a quiet spot. Like I said, even
Go to the next one because that
Okay.
talks about that.
Okay, ask for alone time with your spouse.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Say, let's do coffee together while the kids are playing. Okay, so everybody's home now, right? So the kids have playtime. So while the kids have playtime and they're sitting over there playing, or they're studying and doing their home study because the teachers have already sent all the material they need to work on, then you guys can sit and talk.
Case in point.
And it doesn't have to be, you can't yell.
Case in point. This morning I called my friend Jerry Jazanowski, who we talk about in the book. Jerry and Isabel, they've been married for 45 years or so. And they have the 3S system for marriage success. Smart, sweet, sexy. And he said that he was on a plane, a man had been married 4 times and said, marriage doesn't work. He said, well, why do you say that? He said, I've been married 4 times. He said, well, you don't understand the 3S system. What's the 3S system? He said, first you want somebody who is smart. Who is smart. Then you want somebody who's sweet. He pointed to his heart. He says, smart, sweet. And then you want somebody who's sexy. Those 3S work. And I know that works for us. I married her because she was smart. She was very, very smart. Good question here. Terrence has a question. Has the question been answered? Why are relationships so hard? Can this question be answered? Let me say it another way, Terrence. Are relationships hard, or is it that you haven't been willing or know how to do the work? I'll give you an example.
Or adapt and constantly.
I got the perfect example.
What?
When I was a kid, my dad, I tried to tie my shoelaces. I didn't know how to do it. So it was so hard to figure out how people would take the laces, and I ended up with a bow. I kept messing up until my dad said, let me teach you how to do it. Once I learned how to do it, it was no longer hard because I knew how to do it. Or even tying a tie. The first few times I tried to tie a tie, it was hard because I didn't know how to do it. But once I was taught how to tie a tie, I do it now without thinking about it because I know.
Unconscious competence.
So is it really hard, or is it that you need some lessons on how to do better what you're doing? That's where I think it did.
But you know what? You also have to want to learn.
Well, I think most people want to learn. That's why they're in a relationship. Hopefully they do.
I'm not sure.
Well, I hope they do. But that's the answer to the question. Is it really hard, or is it that you just need some lessons, guidance, some principles, some connected dots? That's why we wrote the book, to connect the dots for people to learn what we learned from our mentors and say,
and you can learn it if you want to.
You can learn this if you want this. Look, this book, we've had people who are on the divorce court door, and somehow we had a conversation with them and said, just go through the principles, go through the book. And so many of them, I don't know any of them who've called back and said we went on with the divorce, who've said, we recommended no one to come back to us and said it. One after another, wow, we just did what you told us to do. Okay,
so we find a quiet place. Remember why you came together to begin with. Write it down.
Hope that answers your question.
Then ask for a long time with your spouse. It can be a long time while the kids in the room, while the kids are studying, and start a conversation. Mm-hmm. So how do you start a conversation? You start a conversation. We talk about that in the communications chapter. You start a conversation by talking about how you feel.
Yes. How this made me feel.
Not the other person, because you can't say how the other person feels.
John Tario, general manager of the Sheraton Richmond Hotel downtown, sent me an email the other day, said, I loved in the book about the 4 F's. Mm. And he said they really are working. They'll work. Be friendly when you have these difficult conversations, or you want to have a conversation where you want to talk about things that are real deal. Be friendly. Be frank. Here's how that made me feel. Not, you did this, this is your reason. No one knows somebody's motivation. You can guess it, but you never really know it unless they express it. And then it's not for sure if they're telling the truth or not. But you can tell them for sure how that made me feel.
How this particular action, the facts.
Right. Be friendly, be frank, how this made me feel. Be fair. Now, be fair means let me hear your perspective. Why you might have done that. We could have had an argument about the collard greens, but I said, look, I really been having a hankering for collard greens to go with the food that I'm cooking. I ain't been cooking, folks.
Oh, that's a whole nother thing.
That's a whole nother thing. We're gonna do a whole. Y'all gonna have to do a show watching me cook.
Chef.
I've been cooking. I said that to my friend Zamira Jones today. I said, guess what? I've been cooking dinner. He said, what did you say? I said, I've been cooking. I had seared salmon, seared scallops. He said, what did you say? I've known you for almost 40 years. I have never heard you say that in your life. I'm cooking. He said, I'm shocked. I said, I'm cooking. I'm cooking meals. How you
well,
like
he
me
cooks
now?
the main course. And
Hello.
He does a great job.
Our time is almost up. Look, we got more to this. We got to come back to this. And look, if y'all want us to come back to this next week and go into this in greater depth, we got a whole list of things you can do. A lot of stories, ideas, strategies. Look.
And some 3-word sentences that you need to memorize.
Oh, this is some good stuff. She got some research, some content. So look, I hope y'all are receiving this. Do me a favor, share this on your social media. Tell everybody you need to be turning on the Jolleys, checking them out Monday nights, 9 o'clock. We're doing this. Nobody paying us because we're trying to save 1 million marriages and enhance 1 million more. Now, if you want to bless us, go to jollymarriage.com, get the whole bundle. Get the book. You get 2 books with the bundle. Somebody ordered it the other day from California. 2 books, 2 workbooks, an audio book, and the seminar on DVD. Now, you can get all of that in the physical bundle. We'll sign it and send it to you. You get autographed first edition, second edition now. This is the improved, upgraded edition because it's got a better cover and things like that. But You can also get the digital version on jollymarriage.com. Go get it. We want you to be happily married.
Like we are.
Happily married. We are cooped up and we having a ball. She's cute as she can be. I tell her she's cute every day. We're here all day long together. We are here all day.
And we're working.
We're working. Oh, if you haven't seen my song, go to see We'll Get Through This. Mm-hmm. It's at my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Willie Jolly. Oh, you can video. It's a music video. It is blowing up. People are saying it's my friends have said it's left them in tears. People say it's the anthem for this experience right now. You can go to winwithwillie.com. Winwithwillie.com. Win, W-I-N, with, W-I-T-H, Willie, W-I-L-L-I-E, Willie, winwithwillie.com, and see it right there. Look, we got to go. Our time is up. We overtime.
Thank you.
God bless y'all.
God bless you.
Jolly out.
Jolly out.